Grab a snack, grab a cup of coffee, grab a tea, because we need to unpack 2025. It's straight. Hey crew, and welcome back to another video. You know, as we go into each new year, I like to go over all the highlights from the last year, and this is that video. I know that I also have not said this yet, but Happy New Year. We're a couple weeks in and I'm a little bit late, but hope you had a good Christmas and a really good New Year. I don't know about you, but 2025 really did me dirty. It's probably been one of the hardest years of my life. There were so many changes. I was navigating a new normal. I started therapy again. But in spite of all of that, I am feeling more like myself than I have in a long time. Last year I made the decision to start therapy again, not because there was anything wrong with me, but I feel like I was very disconnected from myself. I would diagnose myself as a people pleaser. Therapy has allowed me to see just like how much of a people pleaser I am and how I tend to put other people's needs above my own. It's been a place that I can go and say all the things out loud that I haven't felt comfortable sharing with others, or that I've just been carrying for a long time. I'm also very conflict avoidant, and so I tend to keep the peace and just make sure that everything else on the outside is okay, even when I'm like suffering on the inside. Therapy is still new for me. It's still fresh because I'm just a couple sessions in, but I am learning to like prioritize me, my needs, and to not feel guilt and shame around doing that. The hardest thing I did in 2025 was actually filing for divorce. Yeah, I said that. I'm not going to go into the inner workings of everything here. I mean, you're free to leave your questions in the comments and I can address them at a later time or maybe in a later video. But that's not what this video is about. What I do want to say though is that it wasn't a decision that I made lightly, which I don't think anyone ever makes that decision lightly. There was a lot of reflection, a lot of prayer, a lot of like acknowledging uncomfortable truths. There was a tremendous amount of grief that came with that decision, and also fear and guilt. But there was also a sense of like clarity and relief. The hardest part hasn't even been the divorce itself, because that's also been really hard, but it's been learning to trust myself again, and also to be hopeful for the future and to still expect that good things can happen in life. Last year was also a little rough health-wise. Early last year is when I got diagnosed with diabetes. It was a lot to take in, but I had been pre-diabetic for a while. And I got those lab results that showed, you know, I had tipped over from being pre-diabetic into the diabetic range. It came with mixed emotions because I was disappointed that I allowed my health to get to this place. But at the same time, I had like this delusion that it was gonna be this aha, like, look, you have diabetes, so now you're gonna be super motivated and you're gonna get your shit together. And you know, that never happened. Getting the diagnosis did mean that I started medication for diabetes. I was put on Ozempic, which if you guys have been following my channel, y'all already know that. The Ozempic journey has been a whole nother story by itself, but I have lost some weight. I do feel my clothes a little looser. My labs have been better, so I am grateful for that. But there's also still more work to do. I definitely know that with your health, there are really no quick fixes. You have to be consistent. And I'm really just trying to learn how to take care of myself in a way that lasts. I got things to live for, you know? I am going to make a dedicated Ozempic update video soon. It's going to have, you know, how much weight I've lost, some of the stuff that I've been going through with getting my medication. It's also going to include, you know, like before and after. So like I had done profiles in my initial video. So if you want to see that, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure that your notification's on, so when that video drops, you'll be there for it and you don't miss it. There were some physical changes, as you can see. I did cut my hair. There's that saying, you know, that when a woman cuts her hair, she's about to change her life. And I did think about that a lot when I was getting my locks cut. Yes, they were damaged from dyeing. Yes, they were dry. They were a little brittle. They felt lifeless. But I love my locks, and they served me in a season where what I really needed was simplicity, where I needed one less thing to think about and one less thing to manage. They carried me through a time where I wasn't prioritizing me as much. I just wanted to get through the day and focus on the things that were a priority for me, and my hair was just not one of those things. Cutting my locks in a way was just like acknowledging that I didn't need to be in that mode anymore. I don't have to like run on autopilot anymore. I do feel more free. My wash days are easier now, and also I use a lot less hair products, so there's that. I also took out my nose ring. I don't know if you noticed. If you can see, I don't have it in here. I don't think I had it in for my Vlogmas videos. I loved my nose ring. I thought it was so cute, and it's something that I wanted to do for a really long time that I had put off doing because of people pleasing. And, you know, a nice good Christian girl, you know, for borrow pay body. I don't know if it was the placement or if it was my health or just life in general, but it just never healed properly, and it was constantly irritated. I mean, like getting pus coming out of it and bleeding. Ugh. Add to that a very rambunctious toddler who was always hitting it and losing the jewelry, and then also just dealing with pain more days than not. The last straw was really like the day I was sitting there and I had bought some jewelry from Amazon because I was going to switch them out, because I was like, oh, maybe this would make it less painful. And I'm like, you know, fooling around with it, and I'm like, girl, stop it, get some help. I really just sat there and asked myself, like, why are you torturing yourself? Like, why are you going through all this pain? So I let it go. And that's how I'm looking at my life right now. I'm not going to force myself to endure pain in any situation, like when I can just choose peace. I might get it redone one day, or I might not, but I loved it while I had it, and that's all that matters. Ugh, that was heavy. Now we can be a little bit more light, you know? I'm sorry. I don't mean to depress you guys. Because 2025 did have some fun moments. And when you're having a hard year, it's really important for you to aggressively choose joy, okay? Otherwise, those like sad days are gonna come in and you're gonna stay stuck in sadness. I did what I always do because it's Ashley and crew. So I leaned on my crew, my family, my friends. You know, we took our vacations and we went out and had fun together. We tried new things. My granny and my aunt were here for Christmas, and we really just leaned into spending time with each other. I also decided to stop waiting for things to be perfect to do the things that I want to do. So for example, I really wanted to plan myself a Twilight birthday party for a long time. And I'm like, no, I don't have enough friends for it to be lit or whatever. And I'm just like, girl, who cares? You want to have the party? Throw the party. So I threw the party. So it's 5:30. No one is here yet, but I'm about to get ready. The fit is laid out. Of course, you could tell I'm Bella. Who else would I be? Anywho, I'm gonna get dressed and then I'll show you outside. This one's tricky. This dad is the reason that Forks is safe. Oh, the police. Bella guy.
It could be him too.
It could be both.
It could be him too.
I'm about to say. This dad had to watch Jacob undress in the woods.
Huh? No, we don't flip it.
Yes.
Flip it.
What was that?
When he was showing him that he was a werewolf.
All right.
Hello?
Who temporarily leaves Bella in New Moon, causing her severe depression?
Batman. He's sitting at that window for ages, watching the time go by, season after season.
Who nicknames Bella's daughter after the Loch Ness monster?
Wolfish.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. 2. Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you 12? Are you 13? Are you 14? Are you 15? Are you 16? Are you 17? So as you can see, I threw my Twilight themed 34th birthday party. I am thankful for everybody that showed up, that dressed up because I dressed up. Was it perfect? No. Did we have fun? Yes, and that's all that matters. So that was my 2025. It was a year of closing doors, of choosing peace, of prioritizing myself. So that was my 2025. It was a year of doors closing, but at the same time just choosing peace. For 2026, I think my word is going to be abundance. I'm being intentional about getting to know myself more and really living the life that I want to live, doing things scared, because that's a big one for me. And then also just making sure that I'm living each day with gratitude. If you also had a hard year, or maybe it was your best year ever, go ahead and drop in the comments your highlights for 2025. And if you have any specific questions that you want me to answer for my Ozempic update, also put those in the comments. But that is all for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!